All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to our yoga class. My name is Ethan. I'm going to be the instructor from here on out. We're going to be doing a quick yoga course here, and I say that we hop right into it, all right? What we're going to do first is actually some warm-ups, okay? We're going to do some steps. You can hold on to the chair if you want. You don't have to if you don't have any, if you're not so worried about support, okay? Just make sure that you're not bent over or anything like that. Just for support if you need to. What we're doing right now is that we're just going through some warm-ups. We're going to be doing some steps, get our blood circulating, because it's important that our bodies are warm for yoga, right? It is very much a practice that is done generally in heat, sometimes in sauna or in places similar. It helps to relax the muscles a little bit. When you're ready, try and take those knees a little bit higher. I'm going to turn so you all can see. Take those knees just a little bit higher. Warm up those hip flexors for what we're going to be doing soon. Spoiler alert, we are going to be flexing them. All right, I want you all to come back to center with smaller steps. Now we're doing the opposite. Some butt kickers or leg curls. Same idea here. We are warming these up in an effort to make them ready to be stretched later. Keeping your hands on the chair if you need to, by your sides if you don't. Going back to center in 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're gonna do some hip swivels. I want you to get your feet apart like this. Bring it around, just like that. This will help to loosen up the joints in the hip and a little bit in the ankles too. If you are so inclined, you may do so with your feet together. However you want to do it. And reversing the other way. Just like that. Okay. When you're ready, return to center. I'm going to move my chair around so then you all can see. We are going to be doing the rest of our activities in the chair. I know, seated yoga in a seat. Who would have possibly guessed? We're going to limber up these shoulders now, okay, for our warm-up before we get into the yoga. Let's start by making small circles. For those of you who have mobility restrictions, you may do it a bit lower or keep your hands bent or arms bent like this. But if possible, stretch out your arms, little circles just like that. Remember to breathe, everybody. Okay, now widening the circles so long as it is agreeable to you. Don't let your shoulders hike up, but just like that. When you're ready, reverse it. Coming out to wider and wider circles as is agreeable. This is going to bring plenty of blood to our upper bodies, keeping us warm for what comes next. And come back to center, hands in the lap. For those of you who haven't done yoga before and those of you who need a refresher, a big part of yoga is actually how we breathe. And that sounds a bit strange, you know, how is breathing going to be exceptionally difficult for all of us? We've done it our whole lives. The important part is how we do it. It's how we breathe. What we're going to do is that we're going to be doing deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Where I normally in many yoga classes, they would actually count it out. But for this simple first course, we're not going to be doing that, okay? Follow after me. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We want to be slow with our breaths, okay? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, now we're going to be sitting here in a good posture. Right, and I want you all to move towards around the middle of your chair, give or take, closer to the edge, for those of you who have been sitting back there. We're going to start off our stretches here with a knees to the chest stretch. We're going to take one of our legs. For me, it's going to be the left. For those of you, it could be your right. And bring it up to the chest, just like this. If you have mobility restrictions, then simply raise it up on your own. And if you need help with your balance, you may hold on to your chair as well. But for those of us who can manage it, I want you to gently tug the knee towards your chest, just like that. Check your posture, make sure you're not bent over. Sit up straight if you can. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We want to be breathing into these stretches, right? Don't hold your breath. Don't keep too much tension. The important part here is that we breathe through the exercises. Now the other leg. You take the knee, holding onto a chair if you need to. And again, if you're having difficulties with the shoulder or back, you may simply raise it up. Tug towards the chest. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Sitting up straight, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, all right. We're gonna advance this a little bit. What we're gonna be doing is that we're going to be doing a forward fold pose. However, we're modifying it, making it a little bit easier, more agreeable for our particular class. I'm gonna again move to the side so you can all see it a little bit more easily. You stay right there. How it's gonna work is that we're going to be stretching our hamstrings, which we warmed up earlier during our standing portion. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna sit up straight at the edges of our chair. Then we're going to have our legs out, straight, heels on the ground, just like that. Sitting up straight and bending at the hip. If you need to, support yourself on one knee. If not, you may simply let your hands fall here, keeping the legs straight, and bend forward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, now the other leg, okay? Sitting up straight, heels on the ground, and making sure not to bend on the back, but at the hip, bending forward. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Supporting yourself on that knee if you need to. One more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay. I'm gonna turn back again once more to face you all. All right, how are we feeling so far? Doing good? We're not too far ahead. We're gonna be doing next our sort of warrior series, okay? It's gonna start with a quadricep and hip flexor stretch, then the warrior 1 pose, and then warrior 2. If that all sounds like a lot, don't worry, I'll lead us through it. We wanna start by taking one leg to the side, moving to the edges of our chair. You should have one knee and the foot facing to your left, and which is my right. This other knee on the other hand, you want to tuck in just like this. You want to kick this leg out gently so that you have sort of one butt cheek, so to speak, on the chair. Sounds a little bit strange, and if it takes you a moment, take your time. What we're going to be doing here is doing a little bit of a twisting stretch. We want to feel the stretch here. If you feel it in your back, that means that you're twisting yourself too much. You want it to be gentle. Placing your foot here, kicking out the straightened leg. Okay? You should be feeling a stretch in those quads. What we're going to do next is that we're going to turn to the side. And I want you all to follow me first. I want you to raise your arms up, high up into the air, reaching up towards the ceiling. If you cannot do this, it is perfectly acceptable to bring them here or here. But bring them up here, deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now we're not quite done here yet. Okay, we're gonna move this on just a little bit more. Now, some of you will be, well, actually no, you're all facing kind of a technically a different direction than me because we're reversed. So what we're gonna do is that I want you to, with your bent side knee, with a bent knee side, bring your arm forward just like that, and your straight leg side out like that. We're going to be looking down the fingertips here, just like this. This is our Warrior 2 pose, okay? Well, seated variation anyways. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay. Now return to center. Listen to your bodies. If any of you have been having pain anywhere, that's, well, you gotta tell me. Discomfort is okay, pain is not. We're gonna move to the same idea on the other side, okay? Kicking your left, my right leg out. The other leg is bent here. Sitting on the chair just like this and letting that quad stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now moving on to Warrior 1. Arms up. Here if you need to, here if you need to, but arms up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And once again, we're going to reverse into Warrior 2. So, bent leg side, arm out, palms flat to the floor. Straight leg side up, palms flat to the floor. Look down your fingertips and feel sturdy. Remember to keep your chest up proud, your body straight. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, we're going to return to center now. For our next yoga pose, we're going to be doing a sitting cat-cow pose, okay? You might recognize it as, it's kind of typically a quadrupedal pose, meaning we do it on a yoga mat on all fours, but today we won't be doing that. I want us all to get our hands to our knees, just like this, for our cat pose, okay? We're going to start just like this. I want you all to essentially make a hollowness with your torso. Shoulders forward, send your spine outwards, backwards. Pressing your belly button towards your spine too. Just like that. Okay? Don't strain too hard, but spine should be curving, curving, curving. Come to center, and we're reversing that. We're going to be pressing lightly into our knees. For the other part of cat-cow, chest forward, arching the spine, pressing our spines towards our belly buttons. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now the other way, curling that spine, just like that. Belly buttons towards the spine, deep breath in, deep breath out. Arching the spine again. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, we're going to be, our second to last exercise for today are going to be arm poses, okay? What we're going to be doing is that we're going to get our arms up into a tree pose, just like this. What you do, clap your hands together, point your fingers up into the ceiling, okay? This will be our special modified tree pose. Feel the length in your body, the length in your torso, as if a person is drawing a string up from your fingertips and head towards the ceiling, okay? Deep breath in, deep breath out. Excuse me. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now we're going to do something a little special. We're going to put a bit of stretch into our sides, okay? We're going to do this by moving to one side. Sort of curling, curling, curling towards your right, my left. Just like a banana. This is something that's good for seated yoga. You can't really do this with standing yoga, at least not while balancing. Stretching to one side. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then bending the other way, okay? Like a banana. Feeling the stretch in our sides. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Return to center. Okay. Now, I think that we're just about good here. All right. I hope that you all enjoyed my class today. I wish we had a bit more time, but for the time being, I think that this was a fantastic introduction here. We're going to get into some more of the contemplative timed breathing next time and a few of the more stretches, but this, I think, is a perfect starting point.